company, let's say you run a company with 500 people or 1,000 people. So those big companies, corporates, often struggle a lot about their engagement. So companies, staffs are not really engaged. They're like silos. They fight. They think that we just one department. Just think that we are one department. They don't want to work with them other departments. They just reject their ideas because it's coming from other departments. So how do you deal with that?
There are several easy tips that the CEO can use to create this kind of experiences. And one very basic is really when the CEO is working in the office, should, and this is not a minor thing, should really interact with everyone. It's very useful and very grateful if the CEO just stops all levels of the organization, ask how the employee feeling, what are the barriers, invite for a coffee, which means that an openness culture is something that will pay off definitely in terms of employee experience.
To make it happen. So let's give a big hand to these studio leaders to bring the training to you. Why don't you give them a big hand to them?
In fact, you mentioned something that I strongly believe that is the most important thing. It's accountability. First, ultimately, the more accountable person inside the organization for the employee experience is the CEO. Definitely, he's the one of the biggest or the most important missions is exactly be sure that everybody is engaged and has a good employee experience. But also accountability is the way that the rest of the management team should take care of this situation. So it's not only that they are in power or they have the responsibility, but the middle management should be also accountable for this employee experience. Within this group or their group, but also they should be accountable the way that the different silos will interact in between them. Normally, there are a lot of problems regarding exactly this employee experience because companies tend to become in silos mode, and also there is much more the responsibility and accountability of the respectively middle management to overcome these things. Which means that first, CEO yes should be accountable and be really responsible and looking for the employee experience, but also all of the top management team should be really taking this very seriously. There are several easy tips that the CEO can use to create this kind of experiences. And one very basic is really when the CEO is working in the office, should, and this is not a minor thing, should really interact with everyone. It's very useful and very grateful if the CEO just stops all levels of the organization, ask how the employee feeling, what are the barriers, invite for a coffee, which means that an openness culture is something that will pay off definitely in terms of employee experience. Employees, despite the level they have in the company, when they feel that they have access to the top management and where they feel that they can share some minor or big things, makes a huge difference. Because then they will realize first that they count with the organization. Secondly, their voice is something that will be listened from the proper level of the organization, which means if they struggle, if they have any doubt, they can overcome this and come to the right level. Which means that an open culture is something that definitely will make a difference in what makes about the employee experience.